Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good to see you guys again. Well, not really. I'm not seeing anybody, but I'm pretending to because I'm on TV. Anyways, so this is another session prep video for my Burning Wheel game. Burning Wheel, The Liberation of Jeff. So here we go. Let me share my screen and I'll go to my trusty document. Share screen and press share. There we go. And got this Word document here. All right, folks. Um, what do I have here? Okay, so again, I'm starting off with, okay, so let me give you a little recap of what's going on. Well, not a full recap, but the player characters right now are about to get to Castle Fenvalor, which is the land holdings of one of the PCs, the player Chris, his PC Lucarn's family holdings. It's a fortified castle in the foothills of the Barrier Peaks, just I guess west and north of Hot Chalk, the town of Hot Chalk. It's kind of a borderland. Town or a borderland fort. Um, well, it's not a borderland fort, but it is at the in the no man's land. It's just a little bit north of the no man's land area in the Valley of Jeff on the northern spur of the Barrier Peaks. And Castle Fenvalor is important because that's where Lucarn and Kellen grew up. Lucarn's mother is there, Lady Maris, and she's going to feature a lot in this next session. And also, that's where Lucarn and Kellen's father, Kellen's bastard, well, Kellen is a bastard, so his father, when they get there, this father of theirs was an adventurer, kind of like if you would say in D&D terms, he was like a level 10 bard. I kind of have him written up as a warrior poet, and maybe multi-class or whatever. But in Burning Wheel terms, he's just like a gregarious, adventurous, bold individual who felt frustrated by the demands. Who felt frustrated by the stalemate of the war, and he dreamed up this epic quest to go and try and find the Axe of Dwarvish Lords, which features in our campaign as an ancient dwarven and human relic. It's also called the Long Axe of Lu, Lugh, and in their research, they figured out it's somewhere in the Barrier Peaks, and he and his old school buddies, they went out on this like foolish quest to go and get this axe, and in the process, bad things happened. The whole party died. The main thing is that I haven't now none of my players know this, and I'm going to tell them not to watch this because I do like secrets. Even though this is Burning Wheel, I think certain reveals are really cool, and all players, I myself included, who've been playing for a very long time, love a well-crafted reveal, and I think this one is pretty juicy. So, this axe that I've created for Burning Wheel, um, it's an ancient dwarven axe called the Axe of Dwarvish Lords, and I drew inspiration from some of those old D&D, heirloom relic style magic items, artifacts, where you grab it, and I think there is a magical axe that does this, or a hammer of thunderbolts, or whatever, that when you grab it, it turns you into a dwarf. So like in D&D, it's so stupid. It like literally feel like you're polymorphing right now. And or sometimes they have ones that change your gender or change your alignment. So in this one, what I've done is that this axe, it's got that like the One Ring kind of extreme attraction to people around it. And this is kind of f- I'm using the dwarven emotional attribute greed as my inspiration. So when Lucarn and I mean, when Aelric, the NPC father of the two player characters, finally, in the ruins of some ancient dwarven keep, found it. The power, the lure of that artifact, overcame Elric. He grabs it and he gets like the greed trait at a high level, and he becomes super paranoid, and he gets a little insane, and he basically murders his friends. Meanwhile, there is a party of allies to the giant. I'm kind of thinking of using dark elves because in the Against the Giants Liberation of Jeff stories, um, there's this whole, I'm going to just stop share for a second before there's this whole thing about the drow being behind the plot of the giants, which is cool. And I kind of, but I don't like so much the drow as much as I like this concept of dark elves that are spiteful. So they have some animosity, some chip on their shoulder about the supremacy of humans, and they want some kind of. Why do they want to bring the giants here? I think it's that these giants are not like your typical giants. These are a creation of mine. They are remnants of a god race from the Sewell Empire. So all you Greyhawk uh, canon followers, or what's the word, like acolytes that think that this is super sacrilege, totally is, but I have an idea and I want to go with it. And I was kind of inspired by ancient Hindu mythology. So these guys they were sleeping giants in the desert, buried by the rain of colorless fire and the invoked devastation. And somehow these elves worshiped them, or venerated them, or were servants to them. And these dark elves now want to bring them back to the plains, maybe to take care of the demon problem in the north, whatever. So. So a hunting party is already out heading towards the barrier peaks to get the axe from. This is all happening. This is all backstory, by the way. Anyway, so they kill Elric. Elric ghost meets with our NPC PC as a ghost and says that bring my sons in front of me. I want to talk to them. I want to give them this quest to find the axe of Dwarvish Lords, which I had and which will help you win. And then, so the party left, went on its way to Castle Fenvalor to get some more, like a map, or get some kind of clues as to where in the Burial Peaks this axe is, because the the yeah, that's what they came up with. They thought it would be also fruitful to go and get some supplies and some cash and maybe some man-at-arms and people who can help them on this quest. So now I'm going to go through the players and see how I can trigger their beliefs. I'm going to share my screen, and here we go. Eira. So Eira, I don't know if you remember, but she is the 35-year-old middle-aged peasant, augur, recluse wizard, and crazy witch. She is the one that is kind of like a village ghost whisperer in the town of Hotchalk. She helps the community come to peace with the tormented spirits, or bring peace to the tormented spirits of their slain dead. It's a pretty holy and um, kind of important calling to her. And the player is really cool because he wanted to put a twist on necromancy per se. Um, and uh, and now she's on her way to Fenvalor, and these are some of her beliefs. The axe may be a powerful tool to use against the giants. I will see it in the hands of a hero who can wield it against them. I really want to um, get into. I want to get into um, James and the PC's head with by using the dreamer trait, by highlighting the dreamer trait that Eira has. Um, I want to introduce uh, dreams of Elric's ghost trying to reach out to her and urging her, and kind of like urging her to to assess, urging her to assess who is the better suited to wield the axe. Um, One idea, so to tie in Lucarn, um, I had an idea of kind of bringing Heronius and his axe wielding prowess to her attention. Um, a dream about large, a mighty warrior, a mighty warrior destroying the hordes of giants with a long battle axe. Maybe this is Lou. Maybe instead in my campaign, instead of like Heronius, it's that develops a cult among the warrior class in Hotchok. Maybe it's this character that I made up called Lou. We'll see. And then the axe may be too powerful to the axe may be a powerful tool to use against the giants. I will see it in the hands of a hero who can wield it against them. Um, and that could be also that this could also be um a dream of a dwarf with the the trait that protects against greed. I forget what it's called, but there is a cool trait that protects against greed. And maybe it's like a paladin or you know, some like a paladin among the dwarves, uncorruptible. Cool. I will summon Elric again and bind him and compel him to lead us to the axe. The dead do not lie. Okay, I love this. This is kind of like a he built off of the old belief, the dead do not lie. If they speak, it is because the truth demands to be heard. Um, Actually, no, this is kind of different, but um, he turned that one into an instinct, as you will see. I will summon Elric again and bind. I will summon Elric again and bind and compel him to lead us to the axe. I love these beliefs as GM because it's clear action on the character's part, and all I have to do is play a believable scenario, run a believable scenario. Um, this gives there's some cool things here. First, how will Lady Maris deal with this belief? Does she want to see her husband's Ghost? I think so. She is practical. She's pragmatic and will ask for help. Can you, if James and party are successful, they can um compel the they can compel they can reveal the curse that is upon Elric. Portray him as ins as insane and very angry. Let a geist attack happen, giving um let a poltergeist attack happen, giving our priest giving Brother Glynn, Brother Glynn an opportunity to banish it. Yeah, if very interesting. There's a lot of ways it can go. Success for failure. It's trucking with the dead is tough. So even if successful, now the ghost can is always near, causing trouble, I think. All right. Um, Grief leaves cracks where the spirits speak. I will use the sorrow of this land to strengthen my voice among the dead. Um, yeah, I'm gonna keep that note that I had from last time. Haunted grounds when the party is on the road. It's a failure consequence for some test to get to Castle Fenvalor. Introduce the scene of bereaved ghosts wailing for peace. This will trigger James. Do I need to make this a consequence of failure? No, I can just do it because now there's a belief written about it. So introduce a scene with mourning with tormented ghosts. Mourning ghosts. Always listen to the omens. This is a note for Jam to put some omens. Introduce an omen. Okay, what is an omen? A good omen. Uh, give give me an example of a good omen the in winter. A good omen in winter could be seeing a beautiful clear sky after a long period of snow, cloudy weather. This could signify the start of a brighter, more hopeful period. Okay, yes, bright and sunny with a beam a sunlight shining on the white walls of Castle Fenvalor. Always accept the Spirit's word as the truth. Love this. This is going to complicate be the this. I want this red. Sorry, guys. I know this is so boring. Um, this is this is going to um help my cause of portraying Elric as benevolent. Okay. Always step it. Use this. Okay. I think I gotta have. There's three instances here where they're looking for an undead encounter. Undead encounter with uh, zombies with their zombies, mushrooms, and ghosts swirling about. A crazy batshit traits. A little crazy, batshit, disturbed, dreamer, gifted, touch of ages. Um, Mother is not sure that um Eira when should be allowed in the castle, for she recommends that she stays in the servants' quarters. That's awesome. Yes. Right. Glynn Cogan, a 26-year-old noble acolyte priest chaplain. He's a priest, he's a devoted priest of Pelor. Um, you know what? I'll get to that later. I'm gonna pause for now. Mm-mm.